Oh, wow. Good morning. Yeah. Good morning. I'm at Summerfolk. And yes, that was our piper. We're piped in every year at the start and piped out at the end every year as well.
You're going to see a lot of me today, but I think you're ready, as I am, for the music to begin. Are you ready?
Woo! Yeah!
Wise old man, you were tired when I met you. You were there, but I feel sad. You wise old man, you were tired when I met you. Your voice was hoarse, but it still had.
Hey, so I'm at Summerfolk, where there's an amazing metric shit ton of vendors and artists and artisans and creative individuals all over the place who I absolutely wish that I was rich enough to buy up everything that they had, because this is absolutely cool. And if you're not at Summerfolk, why the hell not? Because yeah, you need to be at Summerfolk. Third weekend of August in beautiful Owen Sound, Ontario, Canada, Earth, Solar System, Milky Way, Boute's Void, the universe. And now I'm in the food village, which is the reason that I always gain about 10 pounds at Summerfolk, even though it's healthy, nutritious food. But I can't help eating it because it's so delicious, and yeah, I'm going to end up gorging myself at some point because that's just something that I do here. Because again, it is Summerfolk, and again, if you're not at Summerfolk, why the hell not? You should really be here. You should absolutely be here. And yeah, I will back this up by demonstrating to you just how great it is here and explaining all the reasons why you should be at Summerfolk. So yeah, come on down. Absolutely. Summerfolk in the rain has been a Summerfolk tradition since forever, and yes, it always rains at Summerfolk, and when it doesn't, we find a way to make it rain anyhow. But yeah, it's raining now, and ye gods, is it ever raining. It is just coming on down. And yet the Summerfolk folkies including us diehard volunteers, will never give up. Because, yeah, this is what Summerfolk is about, really, honestly. I mean, yeah, you're gonna get wet. You're gonna get cold. You're gonna get physically uncomfortable. And you're gonna have a great time. And you're gonna meet the coolest people in the world. Because, yeah, it's Summerfolk. So, yeah, as I said, if you're not at Summerfolk, why the hell not?
It's actually a song I wrote for my mother. Her name is Alma Louise. She was born in September. Alma was her maiden name. Learned to walk early on. Was a hard child to tame. Mother believed that if she claimed was to win, walking wasn't good enough, was the start of a running game. Run, 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 run until you fall. So I went full speed. She loved all of the praise. Had the finest beating heart, and it's so much strain.
The monitors are connected directly to the main stage. Yeah.
A few more things to say? Oh, yes.
I'm standing to eat. I've been standing all day.
Okay, I have to tell you, I'm out of practice on the MC thing. As you can all tell, you're being very nice about it. But Tara Lightfoot just touching my shoulder like that and gazing into my eyes has reset. The fine folks have
It's a very rocking festival. And what you're hearing is an artist named Tara Lightfoot. And she sounds good, doesn't she? You think she's good? I think she's good. Anyway. I'm here with Vindaloo from the Food Village. And good music. Well, what else can you ask for? Oh yeah. Yeah, so, yeah. So yeah, this is the meal that I'm eating while I'm listening to really good music. Tara Lightfoot, who's apparently from Hamilton, I think. Yeah, and I'm having lamb vindaloo and mango lassi. Oh yeah. And I am at Summerfolk, which is only the best possible place to be. Oh. I'm finally sitting. still isn't Tara Lightfoot.
I'd like to say hi to the folks who are behind the stacks of amps here. I love you all. I'll be looking forward to meeting your eye on Sunday night when I'm hosting up here. Normally I host the Saturday night. We're switching around. One year I hosted all 3 nights. And I would just like to take this opportunity to thank my fellow hosts, whom I love so much, Teresa and John Farmer, because it is too much. But we've enjoyed the work we do. This is another song from that trip. I won't give it all away, but I will tell you that we found some trees that I had planted. It's an amazing endeavor to try to do that in the bush in Northern Ontario. And on the way back home, we took the Superior Shore on the way out, and then we went up north of Thunder Bay, and then we came back, and then we took Highway 11 on the way back through the Mustang. And that meant we got to stop outside of Cochrane, Ontario, where I camped for 4 of my 6 seasons as a tree planter. And we got to visit this old sand pit. We camped in a sand pit. It was better than it sounds. It was right on a lake, and it had all these interesting kind of landforms, and you could find a good spot for your tent, and spent some of the best times of my life, really, in that amazing campground. And I was there, and I was so moved to be back in this place, and it hadn't changed very much, because sand is like geologically not friendly to things growing, right? Things don't grow. So if it's a big sand pit, not a lot changes. And so it was just like we left it. Our campfire spot was there, the place where we used to put our kind of quasi sauna, all the places where we swam in the lake and paddled out on our days off and partied and did all the things that tree planters do. I can't list them all. It's a family show. But I was so moved to be there, I had to phone a buddy of mine, my closest friend and my first musical mentor, really, from tree planting camp. I texted him, actually, because I knew he was out west and he might not wake up that early in the day. But a minute later, my phone rang, and it was him. And the two of us just were, it was profound. What can I say? To be reaching back through time and space. So this is a song for my buddy Barry Coulter and everybody I planted trees with. You might have heard this on the CBC last fall when they picked the show up. And it's called The Trees We Planted Grew. You'll hear the phone at the beginning. But if you have no place for a tree, well, you might know somebody who'd want one. Just look for a place where a tree ought to be and go get a tree and plant one. You can water and care for your tree. A tree isn't hard to tend. And if you plant a tree successfully, it's like having a whole new friend. But the tree that you plant today, hang on now. But if you plant an apple tree, you don't just get apples to eat right away. And if you plant a walnut tree, it takes time to get fruit so sweet. And if you plant a maple tree, it takes years for that tree to grow. So if you want a fourth in a great big oak tree, you better plant it a long time ago.
Is an East Coast songwriter who has released 15 albums, 11 in English and 4 en français, which has won him a host of nominations and awards from the Junos, the Prix Eloise, the ECMAs. He's been honored as a Canadian Folk Music Artist of the Year, has been named to the Order of Canada for his contribution to Canadian culture. His album, yes, so many accolades. His album, When We Get There, made its way to the International Space Station and spun around the Earth. He has performed all over North America and in Europe, sharing the stage with symphony orchestras with many well-known artists. Last spring, he was writing and recording with the legendary Jimmy Buffett for his recently released posthumous album, Equal Strain on All Parts. I can't wait to catch this set, and I know you can't either. Please put your hands together and give a warm round of applause for Lenny Gallant.
How you doing, everybody? So happy to be back here at Summerfolk. It's been a long, long time since I've been here. 14 years since I played here last, and that's far too long. They say the body regenerates all its cells every 7 years, so I've lived 2 lifetimes since I've been here. We're going to start off with a song that some of you may know, may find familiar. It's got a very simple chorus. Which way does the river run through this town? Which way does the wind blow when the sun goes down? Please help us out.
Which way does the river run through this town? Which way does the wind blow
When the sun goes down, he came knocking on her window pane. He said, "Let me in, it's gonna rain." They kissed and they watched the storm, and they held each other to keep warm. They just met that day. He played guitar near the old cafe. She said she liked the delightful song. But what about moving on? All the way to Montreal, when they got wet, the car would stall. Spun a little high school friend, she laughed and she said it made no sense. When a little out of the way, she had a friend out in Gaspé. They slept there on the hardwood floor. They made a love some more. Which way does the river run through this town? Which way does the wind blow when the sun goes down? Which way does the river run through this town? Which way does the wind blow when the sun goes down? Dust into the devil's blue balloons, they love asphalt off of the roof. So they're flying past the ornamental concrete, going out of business sign. Been there for the last 2 years, yet nothing moved away from here. Since the day he disappeared, this place is in decline. That 47 acres on the front lawn, living there since they've been gone. Won't somebody buy just once a day? Help my fallen angel fly away. 47 angels on the front lawn, the concrete's cracked, they've been there so long. Well, it's time to step up, time to pay. Help my fallen angel fly away. Well, maybe I won't. Okay, I'd like to introduce you to these 2 wonderful musicians up here on stage with me. Over here on my right, she's a star of Acadia of Acadia. She's been in all kinds of bands and toured the world as part of various bands, and she's been a part of my musical career for the last 10 years or so, and now is also part of my life. Please welcome my fiancée, Patricia Deschamps. She's from Montcalm, Prince Edward Island, and also from Montcalm, Prince Edward Island, about 20 minutes to the far side of Summerside over here in the keyboards. Young man, 21-year-old fella. This happens to be Patricia Richard's son, Julien Robichaud. And on the way, we lost our violin player. We went over to the Magdalen Islands, and I think she fell overboard or something. We lost her along the way. And so when we were playing her tonight, we found out a good friend of ours was going to be playing tomorrow night, and we have shared the stage with this guy before, but never done an actual set with him, so we asked him if he'd join us for some songs. Please welcome Trent. Yeah, Trent, geez, Freeman, good friend of mine. Can't remember his last name. I've released a few albums since the last time I was here, and I'd like to do a song for one of them now. This is a song I wrote called Sequoia, and Sequoia, thank you. Sequoia, as many of you know, are among the oldest trees on the planet. They can go to be 3,000 years old, over 300 feet tall, and they're said to be the natural world's greatest sequester of carbon dioxide. So for many years, they played an important role in keeping the planet healthy and keeping it in check. Sadly, there's only about 2% that still exist on the planet from what existed about 100 years ago due to man's interference. But there's an organization that's trying to replant them all around the world and doing amazing work. And we went down to California to shoot a video for this song in the Sierra Nevada, and I wasn't quite prepared for singing this song at 6 o'clock in the morning with no one around but Chris and I and the cameraman. And it was a humbling experience being one of those elders up before us. At the end of the video, there's a link to this organization. It's fun to find. Check it out if you can. It's called Sequoia. Touch me like a newborn brook, or a leaf pressed in a book. Let me offer you this nest. Lay your head down here to rest. It's crying, owl hooting in the night. Didn't quite sound like that. Anyway, she's probably the reason why I've written a few songs about ghosts. And yeah, I'm going to do one for you now, but I can't pull this song off unless I have the right atmosphere. I need some ghostly sounds out there. I need some ghostly sounds. You guys were a lot louder 14 years ago. Come on. Let me hear it. All right. I'm scared now. Just tell me a ghost story. I want to call it. Tell me a ghost story tonight, my darling. The one about a lover lost at sea.